Hello again, everybody. This is MrNoobTubeGamer, and today's discussion is going to be about virtual reality gaming. And will it take off? Will it be a success? 10, 20 years from now, we will look back at the PlayStation VR, the Oculus Rift, all these different headsets or virtual reality gimmicks, like the Microsoft HoloLens, etc., and think, wow, these were huge successes. These revolutionized gaming. Will we do that? Or is it just another gimmick that will pass through and will be considered a total flop? Let's talk about that. So, I believe the Oculus Rift is really what started this whole trend of virtual reality gaming headsets and the whole, I guess, concept of virtual reality gaming. The Oculus Rift, I guess, started that. But if we go back 20 plus years, Nintendo tried to do something like that with the Virtual Boy. I'm sure a lot of people remember the Virtual Boy, which is considered one of the worst gaming systems of all time. To be fair, though, this was in the 90s. Obviously, the technology isn't as good as it is now, and the games on the Virtual Boy sucked. And also, it was in like red and black, and it hurt people's eyes, and it was uncomfortable, and the controller sucked. So, okay, well, we won't count the Virtual Boy, okay? We won't count it. But let's look at all these other systems, these, virtual reality peripherals, and see if they're actually. We'll try to analyze, will they become successful? Will they be a success, or will they just become a passing phase in gaming? Similar to the motion control phase, the controller-free gaming kind of thing with the Kinect? Or will it also be kind of like 3D gaming? Remember, you had 3D TVs and, all these consoles were 3D compatible, and you had the 3DS, and 3D gaming turned out to be another passing phase. So we're seeing another trend here of a new, I guess, fad in the gaming industry. Will it become something permanent? Or will it just become a passing thought in people's heads? So what I mean, basically, is virtual reality going to be a success? Is it going to be in everybody's home? Is everybody going to use it? And if it is in everybody's home and it becomes a huge hit, will it last? That's the big question. That's the main focal point. Will it last? I will say something from off the bat. The way virtual reality gaming is set up right now, I don't think it'll take off the way it is. And people are asking, why is that? Well, the thing about gamers is that they tend to be lazier, right? Because people complained about the Wii with the motion controls, how you had to use the motion controls so much, and you had to do this and you had to do that. And people just want to sit down and play and relax. And if people have all the attached to their head, and I guess anywhere else, I guess people are going to feel uncomfortable and they'll feel unnatural to a lot of people. So that's one aspect of why the whole virtual reality thing might not become a lasting thing in the gaming industry. So that's just one small aspect. I know a lot of people love the whole virtual reality thing, so I guess there is a market for that. But on the other hand, there's another problem, and that other problem, of course, is affordability. Obviously, this virtual reality technology sounds, looks, feels expensive. It's because it is. It's new technology. This is stuff we've pretty much never seen before. Having virtual reality headsets and all these different things. But considering the current pricing point of these pieces of technology, I can't see it taking off right now. Similar to how you have 4K televisions and you have all these Ultra HD televisions and other peripherals. They're not selling that well because in many cases, these things cost a couple $1,000s. You look for a 4K television, you'd be lucky. You'd be lucky if you can find an affordable 4K TV. Because a lot of these 4K TVs cost like $3,000, $2,000 maybe. They're very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. And you don't see it taking off yet. Kind of like when HD TVs came out. They were very expensive. People stuck with their regular standard definition TVs. Or let's look back to the VHS. People stuck with the VHS for many years, even though DVD players were out. Why? Because they were more affordable. Now, obviously that changed when the PS2 came in with a built-in DVD player and everybody pretty much bought PS2s just so they can play DVDs on them. So, I mean, we're kind of diluting from the topic of this video. I know. But there's a common trend here. New technology is expensive, and people tend to wait years before they want to buy it. So I don't know if they will fly off the shelves necessarily, because let's see, the Oculus Rift is supposed to cost around $600. So that's one thing. There was another virtual reality headset kind of thing that cost around $700 that includes like 2 games in it, and it's I forget what virtual reality headset that might be. If you people know what I'm talking about, just let me know so other viewers will know what I'm talking about also. But yeah, there was this other headset that cost $700, and of course you have all these other products. You have the Microsoft HoloLens, which we saw at E3, with playing Minecraft. It's just very, very expensive. Very expensive. The HoloLens is supposedly supposed to be around $3,000. Yes, that's right. $3,000. That's pretty expensive. I'm sure the vast majority of people watching this video cannot afford that. And I'm not saying that means you're poor or that you're a loser. $3,000 is pretty expensive. So yeah, the HoloLens is a very hefty, very, very expensive piece of technology. And then we got the PlayStation VR. It's rumored to be coming out late this year. I don't think we have a price on the VR quite yet. But considering the common trend of the price of all these other virtual reality headsets and peripherals, I can't imagine the PlayStation VR being that much too affordable. Just think about it. The PlayStation 3 at launch is more affordable than most of these virtual reality headsets, which are peripherals to gaming systems and also PCs. Anything that you can game on. Like, the PlayStation is going to have the VR. The Oculus Rift is going to work for a bunch of things. I think the Oculus Rift will also work on the Xbox One. So you have all this going on. Which is why I can say in confidence that I don't think this virtual reality thing is going to last. People are going to see that as really expensive. They're not going to shell out the money for it. Even if they're the most hardcore people, they're going to think, well, virtual reality seems cool, but do I really want to spend that much money on virtual reality? And mind you, virtual reality is also not for everybody. It could give people headaches. It can mess people up. People might not be comfortable with virtual reality headsets on them, and they won't really like to use it that much. So people, I guess, tend to avoid something that's very expensive and that they don't even know how it feels. So with all that said, I don't think this virtual reality thing is going to last for a long time. I think it's going to be a passing fad for, I guess, maybe 2-3 years at most, And then after that, it's going to fizzle out, kind of like how 3D gaming fizzled out, kind of like how motion gaming kind of fizzled out, you know, with the PlayStation Move and the Wii Motion Control, Wii Motion Plus, Connect, etc., etc. I don't see it lasting. I really don't see it lasting. So that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm wrong, I'm completely wrong on this, let me know in the comments. But with that said, I'm going to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.